How about them apples? Am I right?
I love a good pink lady, Granny Smith.
Funny.
Welcome everybody to Krumbis Bumbis and the Burgie Boys. We are the Burgie Boys. All hail Krumbis Bumbis!
Oh,
hail!
How's your week's been, guys?
I sat in
It's
my
been
room.
like under a week since we last spoke.
I
so.
know. Because we recorded late last week, we're recording early this week, so topics might be running dry. I have something to talk about though. And that is, I just want to remind everybody, get your birthday presents ready, because it's my birthday tomorrow as I'm recording this.
Yay, happy birthday.
If I
It'll
don't
be
get
in
a
the
present-
past as you're listening to this.
If I don't get a present from every single Burgie Boy listener, then, Krumbis Bumbis will know. I'm kidding, don't send me anything, please.
Send them lots of stuff, like your hair in little boxes and saliva samples and everything.
So I can
Send them your
clone you.
condolences.
Yeah.
Yeah, your condolences for being that 24-year-old Burgie Boy. Have you guys ever had any really shitty birthday parties? Did you have birthday parties as a kid where you went to McDonald's or a play area or something like that?
No.
I can't remember. It was so long ago.
The secret was, right?
Uh-huh.
I just hated myself as a child, so I didn't want anybody to celebrate me. I think the closest I got to a birthday party, obviously your parents when you're really young throw birthday parties for you.
Yeah.
So there was those.
Up to
and
the
then
age of 10, I would say. Parents just
or maybe
organise it.
maybe something like that. But they just to get their photos, so they're like, you were a child once,
Yeah.
and then from then on in, it's just I couldn't be bothered. I think I went to the cinema once to see Jurassic Park 3 or something,
Okay.
and that was about the extent of it. I just don't celebrate. I don't see the point in birthday parties.
I don't really have birthday parties anymore.
To be
Or
fair though,
any,
I think the older you get, I feel like maybe now the tides have turned, now that we're talking about it, because, I don't know how many years we have left, you might as well just
Maybe
get
3.
trashed.
4 if we're lucky.
Yeah. So maybe older people should have more flamboyant birthday parties. I don't know.
I wouldn't mind a flamboyant birthday party, to be honest.
Maybe we should have a child's party for Porcheg. Where we have what's things that they do at kids' parties?
Pin the tail
on the donkey.
Yeah.
There we go. Or instinct.
We'd have to make it more adult though, so it'd be pin the cat tail on Neko No Dorobo.
Pin the cattail on Petunia Melrose.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be so
coming soon
wonderful,
to Teespring. The Teespring store.
Oh, how cool would that be if it's we had it so there wasn't actually a tail on it, and then you can get a stick-on tail, and you can add it on as a kind of a game that we could play for
what
people's
we
birthdays.
just explained using much fewer words.
Well, yeah, no, actually getting it and producing it as an actual thing. We'll need to make Petunia Melrose as a shirt with no tail though, and then have it only for party games for people who are just become
For people who are
25.
30 and it's just a downward spiral and they're trying to celebrate their birthday on their own, you can just stick things to your chest and cry.
Exactly.
I'm trying to think, what would be your dream birthday situation? Porcheg, starting with Porcheg since his birthday's tomorrow.
I never know what to do from it. When I was younger, because my dad used to or still works at McDonald's. They'd rent out the birthday party thing there, and they had a play area and other random stuff, and I'd do that a lot. I went to the cinema when I was younger.
Why don't we get play areas now?
There is adult play areas. I mean, that trampoline place we went to that one time, that was basically an adult play area.
Yeah.
There's a YouTuber.
Well, why
I
aren't we
watch-
going there then?
I don't know. Let's do that. There's a YouTuber I watch called Friggin' Boom, and he does he makes cosplay stuff for really really cheap, and he goes to this gym which isn't a normal gym. It's just an adult soft play area. So they just have walls you can climb on and ropes you can swing on and massive.
That's
pits
my
of
kind of
foam.
workout. We should have talked about that last episode.
I know, and huge ramps and stuff like that. It looks really really cool.
Because the best way to exercise is to trick yourself. And if you're just rolling around in a ball pit and just scraggling your legs all about the place, that's the best workout. Sorry, continue. I'm having like little epiphanies during your conversation. I'm sorry, I have to vocalize them.
No, I agree. That is like the perfect gym experience. I don't know what my dream. I don't like to do stuff on my birthday either. Really now.
Well, put it this way: would you want to do something physical, or would you want to do something more relaxing?
Do you want a prostitute, or do you want a massage?
Well, if you get a really good prostitute, then they can do
both
it without having to do any sort of exercise. Just lie back and enjoy, you know?
Where's the fun in that?
I guess like my dream birthday would just be going somewhere. Somewhere I've not been. Traveling a bunch.
Right.
Because I don't really have the money to do that. But like if I had the money to do that, that's what I'd do.
Yeah, just go away somewhere.
Yeah. Travel to Japan. Buy some Neko No Dorobo merch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you guys. So what is you got? But I hand you a big bunch of cash. What are you doing on your birthday? I already know Liam's answer.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Oh, let's hear. What would you do then, Cheese? Let's see how.
I feel like he's predicted. I feel like you predicted me. I was just gonna say kill myself.
That's not what I thought.
What did you think?
You're just gonna rent out a warehouse and ride on a tricycle.
That is the dream situation. Is just rent out a big zone. I've been looking into the possibilities of just renting big spaces. There's a bunch of community hall here's. Community hall here's.
Good job.
Here's.
Yeah,
Good English.
It's a new word I made up. Hall here's. And there's this big. There's like 3 in my town. It's like a small town. I don't understand why they have 3. But we have 3 big halls, and I'm like, if you wanted to film like a D&D sesh, they probably have huge like big sets of tables and loads of chairs and a big wide open space. You could do some like cool video stuff in those places. So I've been looking into how to rent those big spaces. I think for my birthday it'd be cool to just rent out one of the community halls and just do a big film shoot of like D&D or Dread or something along those lines. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Imagine like the reverb you get in the big hall as well, being able to do big booming voices and stuff. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but I think the better gift would be somebody editing it for me. But yeah, I've been wanting to edit live action stuff for a while, so I'd like to do something like that. Maybe not even for a birthday, but like when I've got some money. But there's a birthday idea. Just, get some fancy dress, get a big hall, get some cameras, go bananas. What about you, Misty?
I would probably want to do something similar to Porcheg, but it'd be like going to Japan or somewhere like I think America. What was it? E3, you were saying, Porcheg, before we actually started? That's roughly around the time of my birthday.
Oh.
Because it's June the 10th.
Expect some E3 tickets. Don't expect them, they're so expensive.
They're so expensive.
Give me those tickets, bitch!
Don't give me those tickets, I won't be your friend anymore.
Up until like a few years ago, it was only for the press anyway as well.
They sort of flip-flop between it being for the press only and for like people being allowed in. I don't know, but I think now you're as a person, you can just go. But like some years it's not, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
But I would love to go to things like that, just for like my birthday. And
I feel like
unlimited
that would be a good one, but there's a lot of convention situations, especially after being to Insomnia, that I'm a bit like, I mean, Insomnia is good and all, but it's good and all if you want to meet people. It's not good for the games. It's turned into less of a games convention than I thought.
Yeah.
We went to EGX, and EGX is like miniature E3, I'd say, because they have all the new games, like, and it's stuff that you haven't played before. Every game at Insomnia we'd played. Yeah, I want to go to like a big one again.
I want to go to a small one again. I really like Res, because Res was just indie developers, and so many of those games I'd never heard of, but so many of them I like.
Oh
a lot.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Those are probably the best, because those are like they have a thing in Scotland called the Highland Show, right? And the Highland shows where they get all their cows and they get all their sheep, and you can look at the sheep and you can eat food and you can do all this.
You can look at the sheep and you can eat the sheep.
You can eat the sheep. There's so much stuff to do, and it's all like stuff you wouldn't usually do. Like, I wouldn't usually eat sheep out of a tent. I wouldn't usually do a whiskey tasting, and that's what I feel like going to like an indie convention's like, because there's everyone has these weird, unique ideas, and they have tiny booths, and you get to talk to the person who made it, and he's just there, and he's like, hey, so my idea was that I was in the shower once, and I farted, it made a really funny sound, so I made a whole game about my experience, and you're like, oh, this is perfect.
You're like, how big's the dev team? And he's like, oh, it's me, it's just me.
It's just me and this microphone. Would you like a sniff? This didn't happen, by the way. This isn't a game, but if you are watching, you want to make that, go for it. It's open to anyone.
Well, there you go then. I'll give you 30 seconds, Cheese. You come up with an idea for a new game. All right?
30 seconds?
30 seconds. You take 30 seconds to figure out one. And me and Porcheg will just like.
Unless you have an idea right now.
Just pass your.
I have an idea right now.
Right, go for it.
It took literally 2 seconds. I come up with game ideas on the daily. You don't understand. I'm sitting here and I'm just doing my thing, and I'll come up with game ideas. So I watched a show on Netflix called Casa de Papel, which I told Porcheg to watch. They've changed the name on Netflix to Money Heist, which
it makes me want to watch it so much more than Casa de Papel, because I have no idea what that means.
Casa de Papel. I think it just means House of Paper or House of Money.
That would make sense.
Anyway, so the show, without spoiling anything, there's no spoilers, don't worry, is about a group of people who want to rob a museum. Okay. And it's about the police trying to negotiate with these people who are robbing the place, and the people who are robbing the place coming up with all these ideas, and they've pre-planned it to predict what the police are going to do, and there's all these twists and turns where they figure stuff out. But basically, the heist involves them going to the place where the money's printed in Spain, so they're not actually stealing from anyone, they're printing their own money, and then they're going to leg it.
Wow, that's cool.
So the whole idea is they're printing their own money. But the game idea in my head, so Misty's been talking about that SCP game recently, where it's like a multiplayer, it's kind of like Social Experiment, but more gamified, where it's like there's soldiers who are coming in to kill the SCPs and contain the monsters and stuff. There's prisoners who are trying to escape, who are usually test subjects. There's scientists, and then there's monsters. And it's like, from what I've seen, it's like a lot to do with the interactions between the people. So my idea is this heist situation where the robbers get to plan out how they're going to do things beforehand, okay? And then the police have to try and figure out what they're doing from the outside, or just go in and gun them down if they can. But it would be a game where it's like a social experiment / game where everyone's trying to outsmart each other on their own teams to rob a bank, to stop the police, and then people would play as the hostages as well, and they'd be trying to get away from the prisoners and get to the police.
You could put an inside man on both sides as well, so like one person on each team is actually
so an example being if the hostages are acting up, and the whole heister's plan is that there's no civilian casualties, but they have to be threatening enough that the hostages will think they're going to get shot. So if a robber shot a hostage in the leg and he was injured, that wound could get infected, so they would have to send in a medical team. Okay. So the police could potentially send in an undercover cop.
Oh my god.
As a medical guy. There's this whole, trying to outsmart people. I think social games are fun ideas, and I think that'd be really fun.
You could also have like one of the robbers is actually a plant in the actual police team as well. So they basically try to undermine everything that's happening from the police side.
Yeah.
Being like, oh, they're going to try coming around through this back door. I've got a little walkie-talkie that I'm going to tell you all this stuff from the sidelines.
Yeah,
trying to breach around this side.
Yeah, so what they do in the film, with it being as spoiler-free as possible, they make sure they take out all the security cameras and they take all the hostages' phones. So there's no communication between anyone, so nobody can get bugged and stuff. And it's just, you'd have to think of that as the robbers, and then you'd have to make that work so that you actually get everyone's phone. Somebody could just be like, oh yeah, here's my phone, and it's not their phone, and
or
they have
people
a
who
phone.
carry 2 phones,
Yeah.
One for their wife and one for their mistress.
Oh, which also means that, like, you know, you could have some fun RP situations if you're a hostage and you're like, oh, dude, my wife, she's pregnant. I want to go home to her. I think it would be mandatory that you'd have to write like an RP bio before you join a server.
Oh, that sounds great. I love games like that where it's like you have to the game is sort of created by the players in a way.
Yeah, it always goes wrong though.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
It's difficult.
Yeah, because you got folk who don't roleplay and they just do stuff.
It would literally turn into just like whoever's on the police's team, they'd just be like, all right, let's go in and shoot everyone.
It turned into that Gary's Mod game, cops and robbers thing.
Yeah,
we'd have to have like a way of being able to like give negative points for like civilian casualties kind of thing for the police.
I think the easiest way to do that would be the more things the robbers do wrong, the more resources the police get, and the more things that the police do wrong, the more resources the robbers get kind of situation.
Yeah, that would be cool. Quite fun, actually.
So that's my game idea. I hope you enjoyed it.
I can look forward to seeing it at Res 2019.
You can't steal that idea, though. I'll sue you.
Original OC, please do not steal. Speaking about the Royal Highland Show, I was just looking at the ticket prices. It's £22 to go.
Yeah, it's always cheap.
It's like we could go there for a Krumbis sword.
It's getting there that's a pain in the dick, but yeah, it's good.
Where about is it like? Is it?
It's out in the middle of a field somewhere.
It's in the big city.
Have you never been before, Misty?
I've been to a couple, but they're more kind of village ones rather than big ones that you might be talking about.
Oh no, you're talking about the Highland Games.
Oh,
that's different. This is the Highland Show.
Oh, right. I don't think I have been to the Highland Show.
It's much bigger.
It was like really, really long ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I might have been like
cool.
10 at the time. I don't know.
I've never been to the Royal Highland Show, but I've been to like equivalent ones in Ireland where people bring out their sheeps and their pigs and all the stuff that they bring.
It's not the same.
Well then, you know what? Let's go, everybody.
I mean,
let's go.
It's in June, 21st to 24th of June.
Okay,
let's go.
I'm gonna wear a farmer's cap. I'm gonna wear like some wellies. I'm gonna get into character. You guys will have to call me Mr. Stafford.
Mr. Stafford.
Hey, Mr. Stafford. Hey, I have to speak like that. Hey, Mr. Stafford.
And I'll be like, alright, let's go check out some of these pigs over there. Don't know why we talk like that because we're in Scotland, but it's fine.
Exactly. We're not on the North Country, even though the North Country is south of us.
Yeah. Stupid liars.
We're
Stop lying to yourself, England. Wake up. We're the Northerners.
I'm
just giving you time to get this out your system before the podcast turns into an hour of you just talking like this.
Because it will happen.
Maybe I'll just continue it forever.
Alright, well, welcome to thanks for watching today's very short episode of Krumbis Bumbis and the Burgie Boys.
How about you, Porcheg? What would be your idea for a decent, like, or a game, should I say?
Your idea for a decent game. Don't give me any of your shitty ideas, Porcheg. We know you've got loads.
I only have shitty ideas.
Oh.
God, put me on the spot here.
Do you need 30 seconds?
I need 30 seconds.
You can give that. You get alright. Okay, so.
Nah,
don't fucking do it, because I'm not gonna edit it out. It's all gonna be in. Misty, what's your favourite go-to meat while Porcheg talks about this? Because we're talking about the Highland Show, it's making me hungry.
Chicken.
So Porcheg, your game idea.
Yes, I would make a platformer game because okay, so I've been playing Celeste recently.
Yes.
Which is like a difficult, challenging platformer game, but not too hard. And I would rank it among the top 5 platformers I think maybe I've ever played.
Okay.
Along with that being Super Meat Boy and Rayman Legends, Rayman Origins.
Yep, those are great. I played them with you. They're really good.
Fucking fantastic. I think what I'd make is a Sonic game, right? This a good platformer.
Right.
Because not one doesn't exist in my mind. Like the Sonic games for me, they move too fast and you don't have time to predict. You don't have time to know what's coming, so you just have to like run into something, stop all your momentum, jump up, and then go a billion miles an hour again, and it really frustrates me. But I like the Sonic character, and the Sonic world's pretty cool. So I'd make a game that was like somewhere between Super Meat Boy and Rayman Legends, but with Sonic as the main character, that was difficult, but not too difficult.
I mean, you'd have to secure the rights to Sonic.
That's fine. Don't worry. I'll contact Mr.
There is a legally safe version of. I don't know if you've heard of Freedom Planet.
I have, yeah.
Have you played it?
I haven't played it, no.
That's supposed to be really good. If that's the kind of game that you want, then it might be out there. You might just need to try that one.
You know what? You're right. I will give it a go. I've seen it for like recommended to me and stuff like that, but I've just never picked it up.
I've heard a lot of people say good things about it. It's like pretty much just Sonic, but
a new
better.
Sonic. Yeah.
I mean, what you could do is have it like a normal Sonic game, but the world is just really, really slow in comparison to Sonic himself. So it actually seems as though you are playing Sonic at the speed that he should be going at.
Yeah,
but
that'd probably work. The biggest problem with Sonic, like Sonic is fast and that's his thing, right? But
okay.
That's not.
But one of these days, his heart's just gonna give out.
No one can run that much and not just die. No, the problem with like new Sonic games, like all the 3D ones and even the 2D ones, is that Sonic is too fast and he doesn't have like. Sonic should be about momentum and not about speed, in my opinion. Like, the Rayman Legends and Rayman Origins games, you're not going too fast, but if you play very well, and you know what's coming, you know the controls and stuff like that, you can keep your momentum up and slowly get faster and faster until you're like, barreling through the level, and it's really cool and fun. That should be what Sonic's like, instead of just, you're going at 2 miles an hour, then you're going at 1,000,000 miles an hour, then you hit a wall, and then you have to, like, jump up and go at 1,000,000 miles an hour again. It's like, it's just frustrating. I don't know.
Right.
That's the game I'd make. I'd make a good Sonic game.
It'd be
Cool.
the best Sonic game.
I can't really comment because I've not really got into any platformers pretty much ever. I don't think so.
I've played quite a lot. I mean, the first games I used to play was Super Mario on the Super Nintendo,
Which everyone knows is just the worst game ever made.
No one likes Mario.
Nobody likes Mario, and that franchise died a long time ago. Do you have anything in particular you'd like to say about Mario?
No, I just really enjoyed the
just
games.
that you played it. Okay,
Yeah.
no, I just didn't want to cut you off. And
no.
I'm like,
It was
I just like Mario.
I also say
He's cool.
the new Mario platform games are actually also trash. Don't like them at all.
the new ones.
Yeah, new Super Mario Brothers, all that shit is terrible. It's really bad.
I'd like to try the Super Mario Maker, the one where you can
That's
make your
fun.
own levels.
That's pretty good. Well, that's like if you play a level made with someone's put time and attention into, and it's like a well crafted level with like good like game design.
Yeah.
It's great. That's like 1 in 50. Most of the time,
Yeah,
it's just
it's
here are
the-
a trillion enemies. Good luck, and you're like, oh, for
Yeah,
fuck's
it's
sake.
the Little Big Planet syndrome where it's like, you'll occasionally get this lovingly crafted piece of art that pretty much, if you submitted it to like the people who make the game, they'd probably hire you.
Yeah.
And then other than that, there's like 1,000 like, oh, here's a shark that's gonna try and bite your feet, and there's no way you can survive. The sponges flip. That's like pretty much 90% of Little Big Planet's levels.
As well, and like
It's just
in Super Mario Maker, there's no search function, so you can't search for like types of levels or anything like that. The only way you can find a specific level is by typing in its level code, which is like 12 digits long, and that's it. Otherwise, it's just
That's
random,
dumb.
100%, and it's just terrible.
Yeah,
that's
so basically,
not a great system.
what you're
No.
trying to say is Nintendo needs to get their shit together. is what
Nintendo
you're trying
can't
to
do
say.
online. It's and they're launching their online services this year as well, so it's going to be a clusterfuck whenever that comes out.
Hey.
But you should be able to get some. You should be able to buy some stuff with the games that you've bought prior, haven't you?
Yeah,
you get some sort of credit thing. You were saying, I remember.
Yeah, the gold Nintendo Gold coins or whatever. I can't remember, but yeah, they're now a thing that you can do something with, which is nice.
Yeah, so that's
That
a
is
bonus.
nice. Good job.
Misty, what game
Yeah.
would you make? Would you make a game?
I would definitely make a game. I would make a game which
I'm
is.
ready for this.
I'm
ready.
You know how you've got like loads of games like PUBG and all that. That's the big battleground,
Battle Royale.
battle royale things. I would do the complete opposite, where you have to like you get dropped in onto this island which is like spread out, and you have to all meet up together and be like a big team, and you have to save as many people as you possibly can. So all the good stuff is like spread out around the edges, but you have to like team up with other people to help you get all these different things to then meet up into the middle of the island. So it reinforces teamwork rather than kill your mates kind of thing. So it could be like something like zombies all around the island and just slowly moving towards the center. So you have to get all the resources from the sides and bring it towards the center and fight off the zombies together.
I like this idea a lot.
So it's like, rather than everybody against everybody, it's everybody versus a massive force that is like literally coming in.
I think we've talked about this before on the podcast. But there's no. What I'm about to say.
Right.
There's a YouTuber and sort of internet person called Robert Moran, and he used to run this Minecraft minigame that he created called Dwarfs vs. Zombies, where you'd have like 20, 30 minutes or something like that to build this massive fortification along with like, I don't know how, like 30 other people, 40 other people, or something like that.
It was a lot.
Yeah, there was quite a lot.
Felt like 60 or something.
Yeah, it was
like
quite
Fortnite.
a big servers.
You have to get in and like build up a tower in the middle and defend against these zombies that are attacking.
But what would happen is like you'd build up against these defenses, and then one person from the dwarfs, which were the defenders,
of dwarfs,
became a zombie, and they would have to attack the fortifications that they just built. And as soon as they killed someone, that person would turn into a zombie. And so slowly over the course of like an hour, the dwarfs would all fall, and they'd like fall back to their lines of defenses back to the center core, which if got destroyed, you'd lose the game. And like the longer you played, the more zombies there were, the less dwarfs there were, and it was just like, it was insane, intense, like super duper fun action. And if that really Minecraft like experience like of that minigame was brought into like a full-fledged thing, I think I'd play it all the time, because honestly it's so much fun.
I mean, what we could do with my idea would be like, if somebody dies, they become a super zombie like thing that can really threaten everybody else.
Yeah, so
there's
always
really
a threat.
Like pushing to like keep everyone alive.
Yeah, that's the thing I was gonna say about that idea is like, if that was the game, then if one person died, would they just be out of the game, or would they turn into an enemy? Because if your whole thing is selling it on everyone works together, you have to make it so they're just dead forever.
Yeah, you'd have the person die forever.
Then it becomes a PvP game.
If they die, their character would then become some sort of super demon thing that can attack and isn't controlled by the person. So it's like say Left 4 Dead as an example. If one person died on the team or the group of folk, the person would come back as like a tank or a licker or something like that. Something that's more.
But it wouldn't be controlled by the player.
Wouldn't be controlled by the player. It'd be controlled by the game. So it's like you're trying to like keep your people alive and get out as quick as you can. Like maybe have like a helicopter you have to like repair in the middle of the center or something.
The enemies could come away, so you had a chance to go out and get resources.
Yeah.
You had to just like choose between building up your helicopter or building up your base.
And you'd have like 30, 40 odd folk all working together to do this. Maybe not a helicopter run if there's 30 odd folk.
Man, that'd be great.
Keep an eye out for next helicopters.
Keep an eye out for this game at the next rest, everybody.
Yeah. That would be my idea then, because I just can't be asked with all these bloody battleground style games and.
Yeah, I'm really sick of like. Everything's become like standard PvP game, but it's like standard PvP game that's not too hard because then people won't like it. So it's just the whole gaming industry right now is really accessible PvP game is the only thing that sells.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Like,
I mean, what was it? It was originally King of the Kill, and then there was PUBG. Then there's Fortnite. And now
it's everyone.
Like Rockstar.
Loads of...
The newest Red Dead Redemption 2 has a Battlegrounds mode.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you've also got different styles of them, but pretty much the exact same thing, like SOS.
The reason that Fortnite, like the reason that a lot of people like Fortnite is because it has a building mechanic as well, which adds a twist to it. But there's so many battle royale games that are literally just PUBG's popular. Let's just throw that into our game engine.
Yeah.
There's no like twists on it.
This always happens. Like, remember when Minecraft was like the biggest thing on the planet? There was fucking trillions of clones.
Crafting.
Everyone tries to make those survival games.
Yeah.
I mean,
there were so many of them.
I've played a game recently that's like Minecraft, crafting style, but it's Minecraft meets Stardew Valley because it's.
That's just Minecraft.
Well, no, it's more about like farming and stuff.
There's a story in Stardew Valley, though. The plot.
Kind of. It's you heard of Staxo?
No.
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 Nope.
Pretty much, it's like a kind of blockier not quite as
Blockier
blocky
version
as
of Minecraft.
A
What?
blockier version of Minecraft where you farm. All I did was farm in Minecraft.
Well, no, you build things as well, and you have to build a barn and stuff like that. You have to actually build up the walls and put the things into the.
Oh, I
into-
build
to
like
make
RP
it-
barns.
But it's pretty fun. I started playing it last night, and it was actually not bad. And so
It sounds terrible. I'm not gonna lie. It just sounds like Minecraft.
Minecraft
play
isn't a bad
Minecraft
game.
if you want. Minecraft's
Yeah, no,
good
but
fun.
then you don't need another Minecraft, do
Yeah,
you?
that's true.
True enough.
Sorry for popping that bubble. It just sounded like the way I play Minecraft. All I would do is just like farm materials, build a little RP barnyard, build a house, or try and block out the sun. I did that too.
Yeah, those are your two things: building farms and blocking out the sun.
Yeah, one half of me is a farmer, the other is like an evil genius. Apart from without the genius part, just evil.
I can't play the vanilla
I miss our
Minecraft.
Minecraft server.
I don't really have an urge to go back to Minecraft too much, but like having that like central game that like I have my computer at night and
It's like a
everyone's there.
community.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I know that there's
it's a
always going to be
community
people
thing,
online that I
that.
can play with. Like that doesn't really exist anymore. Like it sort of exists kind of around Discord, and like there's always going to be someone playing something, but that central
Yeah.
game isn't really a thing anymore.
Like I built a hotel for everyone if they're at the spawn area and they need somewhere safe to be.
Ah, yeah, that's cool.
Come to the hotel. There's rooms for days.
Do you vanilla Vanilla or Minecraft or modded?
Vanilla or Minecraft?
Vanilla or Minecraft? Do you like
I'm a big fan
the
of
flavor of
Minecraft.
vanilla, or do you prefer the game Minecraft?
I'm a real big fan of the flavor of vanilla. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
I only played vanilla. Mods just suck ass.
I prefer vanilla.
Whenever
as
you try
well.
and play mods with someone, they've researched the mod and then you just sort of sit there as they do everything. They go, "Oh, you can tend to the berries. You can learn everything about the berries." And I'm like, "This is fun. I love berries."
what fucking mod pack were you playing? It's got berries.
I'm just saying, it's always like the reason people want to play a mod pack is because they know everything about the mod pack and then nobody else does. It seems to
See, I
always be the
prefer
case.
mod packs that you don't know anything about, so you're going into it and you're going, "Oh, this is really cool," learning about different new things. that
But
you
then,
can do
then
in
the
it.
game, then your play experience becomes not playing the game; it becomes sitting on a wiki for 4 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Looking at
I like
crafting
building nice
recipes.
houses.
yeah, but that's literally on the lines of, say, Minecraft is a mod pack, and you've learned all this stuff from vanilla Minecraft, and you're doing the same thing over and over again. It's literally on the lines of going, "Oh, you know what you're doing because you've played it before, you've figured out these things."
I get where you're coming from. I understand.
Yeah, if you
but,
have
like,
a little bit of knowledge of a mod pack, you'd probably enjoy that mod pack.
The idea of having to install a mod pack to enjoy the game would reflect that the game isn't good enough.
Well, Skyrim.
And I didn't install mods on Skyrim.
Yeah, did
I
you
only
not?
played it vanilla. No, I enjoyed the game. It was a really good, fun experience. I didn't need mods to
I
enjoy
played it when it
it.
first came out on the console on PS3, I think. Yeah, it must have been PS3.
Yep.
And then I played it.
I maxed out my shield level. It was the greatest experience of my life.
I played it for like 100 hours, stopped, never ever went back again.
Yeah.
It's a good game though.
I can't think of any games that I've went out my way. The only mods I've ever installed for, I think, any game. I went and installed some funny roguelike mods to Skyrim once because I wanted to refresh my experience. Because
So
I
you
bought
lied.
it on PC.
You said you didn't install any mods, but you did.
My first playthrough is huge. Okay, don't try and poke holes in my thing.
No, that's the
It's-
thing. It's like if you've played through it the first time, or you've played through it multiple times and you've enjoyed it, adding a mod pack to add in different things to the game for different reasons isn't necessarily a bad thing to the game. For example, the
Give
mod
me some
packs-
examples of mods you download. Then yeah, go for that.
I've put in some texture
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
texture
Visual
ones.
mods are.
Visual
I'm all
mods.
about those for sure.
I added a mod which actually added in a new part of a map with a new story. So it was
Yeah, but
like,
those are usually the worst thing ever.
Well, one thing we played modded Minecraft once, Cheese, with Nero. Remember we played that insanely good map?
We are in that map. We have lore.
Yeah, we are. It was a map called Terramia, and it was just like enormous map. I mean, there was mods for that added like custom creatures and stuff like that. I'm sure.
is this like a custom story mod thing? Where
No.
it's like you get told a story whilst you like...
It was story, but told in like it was told through the world. It was like visual storytelling. Fuck, that guy was great. That was amazing.
That was like one of the better Minecraft experiences.
It was me, Nero, and Porcheg, and this basically this huge map. You can probably look it up and still download it. The guy worked on it for ages. It was like one dude, and he made this huge map, and it was called Terramia. And we did a sort of let's play where we sort of wandered around the map and like pseudo RP'd and did things and explored and survived together. And I added like audio effects when we were in caves and stuff. So much so that the guy who made the map started watching it and put like little Easter eggs of our journey inside the world,
which is really cool. I think that was unfortunately after we stopped playing it, so I've never seen them at least.
Yeah, I know what one of them is because he told me, and it's that there is a egg for a horse somewhere called Stanley, somewhere out in the world because Stanley died in an unfortunate accident. So he revived him and he's hid him somewhere. So there's deep lore. If you want to uncover it, you can go and download the map Terramia.
So the question is, would you consider that to be a mod, or would you consider that to be a downloadable map?
I'm trying to think. There was a mod pack with it, but I don't think we installed it.
There is a mod pack with it that added like different monsters and creatures for you to fight.
We added texture packs. We added then played vanilla.
But it was just a big map.
It was beautiful.
See, I think you would probably enjoy something like Farmcraft or something on Minecraft. Something that adds magic.
I played Pulsar and I played Borderlands with you, Misty, and I don't know if I like to play a modded Minecraft with you.
What? What's wrong with me?
You run off and do your own thing, and it's not fun.
Borderlands, yeah, I get that, because that was just because I played it so fucking much that I literally ran through the map. Like, it was just literally how I would have played it initially if there wasn't anyone else there, kind of thing. I get that, and my bad for that one. But Pulsar?
You did the same thing in Pulsar. You ran up and did your own thing for a little bit.
No, I would be securing the area.
That's what you call it.
Because you can't have the captain dying. I was role-playing as a proper security. If the captain's going over, I want to make sure that got to protect the captain.
The most invisible security guard ever. He's always gone.
I just quickly harp on about Minecraft mods again for just a quick second.
You just love Minecraft.
I just love it.
All about it.
My biggest problem with Minecraft mods is that it feels like whenever you install one, and this is especially the case with mod packs, it just like it feels like you're put in a place and there's a trillion new things to learn, and I'm like, I don't even know where to get started. I just don't care enough to look into this and learn all the information about it in order to be good enough to do like the skill, the knowledge like arc for learning it is like too steep for me, and I'm just like, can't fucking arse. It
sounds as though you've got like mod packs that are having shit tons of stuff in them,
like the ones we played together, Misty.
I think I put on the Yogscast one or something like that.
I think so. Any mod
so
packs
you could choose whichever one you wanted to go into rather than specifically one thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think that was more in the lines of you just went, oh, this is all part of the same thing, and therefore there's shit tons, and I don't know what I want to do.
No, I knew it was different, but even selecting one of the mods out of the 17 or whatever that was there, that one mod just felt like too much, and I just couldn't be arsed doing any of that.
It depends. There's lots of different kinds.
Wait, we could talk about this for. We're literally going to go around in circles talking about how mod packs work.
Yeah.
We don't really need to go into this. At its core, Minecraft is a set of tools, and it's like playing Lego. You know, you don't need a tutorial to play Lego. You know, you figure out that there's little bumps on the top, and then you push it on, boom, bada bing, bada boom.
And if you really want to, you can buy the Star Wars version thing where you get extra blocks to put on and make us Death Star.
For the low price of £300.
Yeah.
There's a local toy shop that shut down near us recently, and I went in on the closing down sale to see if they had anything. I wasn't really looking to buy anything, but like the Lego was the first thing to go. It was all gone day one. People just went and bought it all up.
Well, of course, Lego's expensive, man.
It's crazy.
It's insanity. You could probably go on eBay and get like a whole bunch of bricks in like a box. I'm sure I've got a big box of bricks in my. Oh Jesus, that was fun to say.
A big
box of bricks in my attic. From when I was a kid, because like I didn't buy the sets. I think we just got like a secondhand like all the spare parts.
Yeah,
like
I have the same sort of thing.
We have so many multicolored bricks, and it's just like that's fun enough.
I have that as well, like a big box of random bricks. I don't think Lego sell just bricks anymore. You have to buy like the Call of Duty or the Marvel set of Spider-Man eating a
rather
pizza.
than just singular blocks or like packs of like a bag of this specific block type that you want.
They can make so much more through the like merchandise deals and stuff like that. Which is like kind of, I feel, against this core idea of Lego, you know? It's supposed to be about creativity and like building something out of just raw materials, whereas if you buy a kit, you just follow the instructions, then you've got this ginormous angular thing that just sits and gathers dust until you decide to put it somewhere. Like, I don't know, I don't get it. I don't get me wrong, I like building.
What about people who glue their parts together? What do you feel? How do you feel about that?
I don't do what you want with the stuff that you buy, but like I'm not gonna do it. It feels kind of pointless. I like building Lego, but once I've done it, I'm like, okay, it feels like it's had its use for me. I don't know.
Kind of like Minecraft, then.
Kind of like Minecraft, yeah. Have you guys ever built any model kits or anything like that?
No.
Yeah, I used to. I started with like. Oh god, I'm trying to think. I think I had like a few planes when I was younger,
like Airfix ones.
And those ones. And then we were also into like model rockets.
Oh, that's cool.
The ones that you would actually launch.
Yeah.
So you'd build them, you'd launch them, and then they'd usually smash into a million pieces, but sometimes they'd parachute down. We got into that, and then from there I got into Warhammer.
Oh really? I never played Warhammer.
I'm much more like I like painting them.
What a big nerd alert! Woo.
Just because you're jealous of my Swick dwarf collection. I used to be into painting them more than like building the things.
Yeah.
So I had a bunch of. I was also super into Lord of the Rings because I am a big fat nerd. So I had a bunch of Lord of the Rings Warhammer. I had a little tiny like dwarf army. We should fucking do that. Oh my god! Instead of D&D's shit. We should play Warhammer because that's cool.
I don't even know what's involved in playing Warhammer. I thought it was just collecting toys.
We had there's like there's a whole bunch of rules. It's really boring, honestly. Playing the game.
You just turned on it so quickly. Let's play Warhammer. Playing the game is shit. Actually, it's boring. It's really bad.
Playing the game sucks.
Painting them is what you really
painting them's amazing. And also we had a table that we built, me and my dad built, that has like fake grass on it, like felt grass.
Right.
And it has like a river that goes through the middle, and we had a bunch of like scenery, and you could lay out like scenarios, and then you could put your army through, and then you could like go through and then fight the things. But I was much more into painting them. But I was just thinking, you could probably like cross like D&D and Warhammer models and make like cool campaigns with that.
Yeah, probably.
I still have the big board as well.
My uncle used to collect Warhammer stuff. He had like in the shed outside this huge table filled with like different figures and shelves full of them and stuff like that. That used to be one of his things he did.
They're really fun to paint. God damn, so much fun. I wasn't very good at it because I was young at the time, but I reckon like now if I went back, oh hell yeah. But I didn't have like Warhammer 40k or anything. I was a Lord of the Rings nerd.
I mean, what we could do is instead of having like D&D using the Warhammer figures and stuff, what we could actually do is a D&D campaign where you actually control armies, like in Warhammer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is like you would have like the reason that it crossed my mind is because I deliberately, you know how like people who play Warhammer build these huge armies. And it costs them like thousands of pounds, and they have like all these units. Well, like at the time, I was like, oh, I want a little squad of like badass dwarfs who are like, you know, they're like my heroes. So they're not like an army; they're like a small squad, and they can do anything. But then in the game's rules, if I was to play with my small squad of heroes, they'd get murdered instantly.
Just you crying in the corner as your dad with his massive army just destroys your dwarfs. You're like, Dad,
my dad
you little fucking shit.
My dad didn't like care about the Warhammer. He wasn't into it. No, he just, you know.
All he really cared about was crushing you in your dreams. Take that, you fuck! Slamming his.
You could potentially have like your own little D&D squads.
Yeah,
be cool.
That'd be cool. I agree.
But then it's the boards and stuff, because you could just buy you can buy little bits of terrain like ruins and stuff. And stuff like that, and then just have a big board and put them on it, so you can shift the map, and you could just like having a randomizer in Minecraft, randomize the scenery.
Yeah. There's that
Minecraft. It's all connected.
When I was looking up D&D stuff before, a lot of people who are building like a 3D D&D dungeons for real life, like playing. They get like a lot of model train kit stuff because a lot of that's like relatively cheap in comparison.
Yes.
Like trees and bits and bobs and stuff like that. Cool.
What about you, Porcheg? You into models? You ever get into Warhammer or anything?
I don't go into Warhammer, but like when I was a kid, I got given an Airfix like jet that I built, and then I didn't really build anything for a couple of years. But relatively recently, I bought there's a Bandai build kit for Bandai do lots of things like Gundam and other like IPs, but they also do Star Wars build kits, which are really, really high quality. So I bought an X-wing, and built that, and it took me like 5 hours. I got really into it and lost track of time and didn't eat and just built this thing. It took me 5 hours and it was great.
You've got a TIE Fighter now as well,
I do have a
right?
TIE Fighter.
That's what you're planning on building tomorrow?
Which, yeah, I might stream tomorrow and build on my birthday.
So tell us if you've watched it, because future...
The good thing as well is like all the parts are grey and the spaceships are grey, so I don't really have to paint them to make them look okay. They also come with stickers that you put on. I want to like get some... there's like this... You probably know what it is. It's like this like black oily paint stuff. I can't remember what it's called, but like you basically rub it on and then take it off, and it's to help weather and like add detail to it.
Yeah, to make things look used.
Yeah.
There's a... tested Adam Savage's builds and stuff are really good to watch as well if you want to get into making things. We got told that when we started doing 3D stuff in uni that we need to buy like toy cars and we need to buy like model kits because like you can learn so quickly from building stuff physically and seeing things in your hand. So if you ever want to like 3D model something, just buy a tiny version of it. So I, have like little toy cars and stuff that I'm
That's
like,
why you have toy cars. Sure.
We
know when you turn off the microphone, you're like brum 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 and having races around your desk, around your giant Warhammer desk. You big
hell
nerd.
yeah. You know what? Fuck you. I was just thinking about how many big boards and toy cars I could fit in my warehouse.
Just a giant, huge set of tables with like
a
ramps.
huge warehouse just with loads of different like model kits on each.
All
of
put
them.
together and made into one really giant, awesome game involving absolutely every single character and everything, and every single game that you attach to it.
Imagine how big of a model train you
cool.
could have going around a warehouse like that. If I owned like a big house or a big warehouse, a model train going
Have you ever
around
been to like a
thing.
museum where they've had like a huge model train?
Not a museum. I've been at a toy shop once that had one.
I went to a place in the Netherlands, I think it was, when I was much younger, and they had this museum that had like, oh my god, my stupid head. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a museum; it was like a big outdoor town. You know, like in Hot Fuzz. Have you seen Hot Fuzz? Yeah. There's a big model town. There's a huge one of those in the Netherlands. That's literally
Isn't it a
like
Lego World one.
No. It's like actually like.
I think I know what you're talking about. I've
like
seen videos of it before.
Actual models, but I'm pretty sure it's like. Well, I was a child at the time, so my size perception is probably way off. But it was like a big stadium filled with stupid, fucking little miniature village stuff, and they had trains and cars and all that cool stuff. God.
And you took your little Lord of the Rings dwarfs, and you had them.
And I donated them.
That's where
and
they
I
are
said, give them a good home. Warhammer's not safe for them. they live there now.
The armies of my dad.
Yeah, little Aldwin. He has a child now with a Dutch lady. They send me photos every Christmas.
Oh shit!
This actually got me really like excited. I want to have a Warhammer dwarf army. I wonder if I have them. Well, they're in the Netherlands, so
yeah, that's
true.
Yeah, you could start a new one, a new family.
I might have to, but I feel like they'd be really expensive now.
Probably.
Yeah, more than likely. But you could probably buy it online or from this closing down toy store.
Just buy a 3D printer and 3D print them. That'll be cheaper, right?
Oh yeah, there's an idea. I mean, you can get
buy
a
a
cheap
3D
one.
printer. Those are
Yeah, no problem.
You can get one for £100.
Which really?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you need the materials, though, right? Would that not be quite expensive?
Materials
but...
is like a big roll of the wire-like stuff that you use. It's about £20 for a roll which will last
But as
you
well,
for
cheap printers they print really bumpy sometimes as well.
Yeah.
It would be something I'd be really interested in because I can actually 3D model and it'd be cool to do. On the Sam and Nico channel, they build a lot of their own custom stuff like Nico built a Settlers of Catan game set.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
But it's all his own pieces that he made, and he painted them, hand painted them. That's really cool. I'd like to do stuff like that, make your own versions of games, and I think since a lot of us more and more are getting into D&D and sort of these game situations, it'd be fun to do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know nothing about D&D. I'm all about the simplified versions of it.
Yeah.
If there's any way to simplify it, I'm all on that, baby.
Speaking of which, we're having a D&D on my channel. Dice Tales is coming back. We're having a shorter mini quest, side quest thing run by our friend Games the Monkey, featuring all of us, I think. I'm pretty sure we're all going to be there, hopefully.
Hopefully. The day he wants to start is the day I start work,
Yeah.
so I feel like I'm going to be exhausted. So I might do what I did at the start of Dice Tales and bail on the first day and see if I can come in another day, but I don't know.
But if you're interested in D&D, check it out. It's going to be
yes, it's lots of fun.
different sort of combat
We
stuff.
all RP hard.
RP hard.
Yeah, man. I'm really, honestly, I'm a bit nervous about the whole thing. Cause,
What, your job or our D&D?
The D&D.
Yeah, your job's going to be fine.
Jobs will be easy. Listen, I'm an expert. But, I've had 2 pretty iconic characters so far, I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to top them. I have nothing new to bring to the table.
I'm just looking forward to playing my other character.
Oh yeah, the one that I'm not sure if it's allowed or not yet. That you seem to just be stuck on the fact that it is definitely a thing.
Well, you said it was a great idea the last time.
A great idea,
When we were
maybe
going
not. I don't remember. I still haven't looked it up, to be honest. I need to look up what your
Great ideas are sometimes terrible in practice.
I've got a feeling that
Porcheg's trying to say.
the character we're thinking is different from what you're actually thinking at the moment, because it just doesn't.
I don't know.
I don't want
Either way,
to
though.
say too much, obviously, because it might give away to anyone and stuff. But
Warstout was my happy accident. He was my first character. He became a legend and ascended to the heavens.
I feel like though, like Warstout when he first started out was based off of one of the default characters, was he not?
Yeah,
And
yeah, he was.
He was pretty like
I RP'd him into
the legend
a
that he
beautiful
became.
human. Yeah, it really got quite intense, and I don't know about I felt like I couldn't top that, so I went ridiculous. Now I have Grundalf, who's he's a household name of 3 people. And
you just gotta create a character and then RP them into greatness. You can't create a great character.
That's the thing, yeah. But what if I just have a really bad what if it's a really bad
then
season?
I'll just kill them off and you'll get a new character. Don't worry about it.
God, RP stuff is so much fun.
Yeah, that is good.
I never thought I'd enjoy it as much as I did. I'm never into it before I did it with you, and some with Abby as well. We did Dread at Abby's house, and that was really fun too. It's really weird. That was when I first got introduced to Dread and stuff. I don't know what your opinions are on that. It's hard to develop a character for that because you're not really supposed to. It's like a extended conversation.
Yeah. I liked it though. I thought it was good. Dread's good, a nice sort of mega simple way to get into the sort of RP D&D side of video games, side of tabletop games.
It's basically D&D without combat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's good shit. I'm just nervous about making a new character, What am I gonna do? I don't know what to do, man. I'm scared.
You got just roll some random dice and pick random attributes based on that, and then go from there.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I just need to get into it. But so it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be hopefully on Thursdays. Check it out on the YouTube channel, which will be in the description. My YouTube channel. Yeah.
Good stuff, my dude.
Do we have any? This is we've been recording for what? About almost an hour now.
50 minutes?
Yeah, just under an hour.
Cool. Do you have any feedback or anything like that? Any comments? Anything from anybody? I've not looked actually.
I feel like we read them all in the last
I think
one.
we did, yeah.
So I don't know unless you got any iTunes reviews.
No.
Anything
It's been
else?
not so long since we recorded the last time, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're trying to stay ahead of the game. We're trying to do our best here. We're also trying to live our lives too.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Fucking want to die. Someone, please send help. I need help.
He does.
Please.
He really needs help. Just send as much help as you possibly can to Cheese.
One other quick story then before I round off, before we sort of get going.
Okay, yeah. Right, top us up to the hour mark, please.
My mum's iPhone stopped being able to be... Well, it turned off and it wouldn't turn on and it wouldn't charge.
That's iPhones for you.
So it was broken in some sort of way. In the past, actually since the iPhone 3, I've been... I took apart my iPhone 3 because its battery didn't work and I replaced that, and then it was fine for a while. But then it broke, obviously, because it's just an old piece of crap. And then my brother's iPhone 4, he was out walking one day in the rain, and he left his coat pocket open, which was like waterproof, with his iPhone in it, and it filled up with water, and his phone got destroyed and drenched. So I took it apart and got a new screen for it and a new battery and stuff like that. And so my mum's phone, which just broke recently, which is an iPhone 5, I bought a new battery, which didn't fix it, and a new charge port, which did fix it. And I just want to say, right, to send your products to Apple to get them fixed costs upwards of a couple £100, right? Regardless of what it is sometimes. It's just like, they just charge a lot. A battery cost me £11, and the charging port, which contains the microphone, the Apple, the earphone jack, and the charging port itself, was £5. And it took me like 15 minutes to fix. And I was like it was so insanely cheap, and I don't understand how Apple can charge extortionate amounts of money for
it's designer products, man.
Apple, that's why.
These parts cost so little, and it's so easy to fix.
Just,
I don't understand.
It's like buying like a branded item of clothing. Like a branded item of clothing, like costs the maker like £5 or less. But putting the logo on it, they run it up to like £80 for a t-shirt.
Who was that celebrity that sold plain white t-shirts recently? For like £50?
I don't know. Could be anyone.
It was some rapper.
Remember Kanye West when he did his clothing line that was all just brown? Just brown clothes.
You've got Elon Musk making the boring hat. The hat that just says boring company on it.
Wow, that's great. Was it Kylie Jenner as well, who was like ripping off art styles from artists on the internet and put them on cheap t-shirts and selling them for like £100 a pop?
Yeah,
it's like it's just a thing that happens now. You just have to accept it. I mean, like if you go on Redbubble, people are making thousands a month because they just steal things and put them on there. Like, I don't know, it's just the ability for everyone to have everything means that they'll charge anyone for anything.
Yeah.
But then it's always been that way. It's like it doesn't cost anybody anything to make two dogs bang, but when, the babies come out, they can charge you £1,000. Guess business, baby.
Oh my god. It doesn't cost anything to make two dogs bang, of course. What a great sentence that was.
It's the truth. Have you ever tried to buy a pedigree dog, dude? Look up pedigree dogs. They'll cost you like £1 bazillion, man. And they've got health defects and everything. Yeah. It's horrible.
It's because they're bred into like the same
They're
family.
basically massively inbred, yeah. But they'll still cost you like an arm and a leg. Meanwhile, some guy's just got two dogs locked up in his basement, just like, go on then. Go on, son.
Go on, my
fuck
son.
each other, alright?
It's a nightmare. I hate the world, and honestly, if it ended tomorrow,
I mean, maybe end of the day
I wouldn't
after
cry.
birthday.
ever since I've lost my dwarfs, I just can't go on.
If you're in the Netherlands and you're in that place that we don't know the name of, and you find,
should we look it up quickly before we wrap this up?
And if you find Liam's dwarfs, make sure and take a selfie, and take a picture, send it to us. Krumbis Bumbis. Maybe even print off a tiny little t-shirt to put on the dwarfs of Krumbis merch. What's it called? What's the place called?
It's called Maduro Dam.
Maduro Dam.
MADURODAM. Maduro Dam. It's got like signposts.
It's one
so you
word.
can go...
It's not a dam called Maduro.
No.
Okay.
Maduro Dam. It's this huge. It's like you got.
Wow, it's not huge. It's small.
No, it is
It's a tiny
huge
place.
though. It's got
It's a big, tiny
signposts in the
place,
place to tell you what town you're going to. There's so many things.
Oh, that'd be a dream job working there, honestly. Building like giant like replicas of like the Casa de Basilica and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, just picture it. It's like somebody walking around with a toothbrush. It's like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm the street cleaner.
Oh, there's like little planes and oh man, this place. I want to go here.
There's got to be a time where somebody's broke in and just ran around screaming like, "Rah! Rah!" And somebody's came back in the morning and checked the CCTV and all the buildings are crushed and they were like, "I'm sorry."
Oh my god! If I was a millionaire, I would
be
like
a
buy
Power Ranger villain.
I'd buy a Godzilla outfit and pay to just
exactly
crush the place.
And just crushing, just walk through the whole place. Flamethrower attached to your the suit, so you can blow out fire. Oh, that'd be perfect.
There's an idea for a Burgie remote.
A Burgie remote.
Let's go to a tiny
good
remote.
We'll
go there.
Whatever it's called again.
Madura Dam. We're probably saying it wrong, but do we care? No, it's the end of the episode. You can't hold it against us. Thanks for listening, by the way.
Yay.
If you would just do us the honor of climbing back into your sleeping bags, I have been Cheesefunds.
That's Porcheg.
I'm Monkey of Mist.
And this has been Krumbis Bumbis. Hello, Burgie Boys. See ya. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Ever.